I'm a Kenyan, just like any other Kenyan, with full interest in the affairs of our country. As the elections were taking place, we all had interest in it. And so, this time I think the IEBC was very clear, and they said, we have given you the results. Everybody should add up their results. So I was sat glued on TV, and when I realized different TV stations were giving different results and there was a lot of confusion, I said, this is possible. Somebody can just sit and work with what the IEBC have in their portal and to come up with some values.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I'm glad you're well from wherever you watch this channel. Now I'd like to start this session as usual by appreciating you so much for letting YOLENO TV grow. If you wish to support us, please just hit the subscribe button and then you can hit the like button. So there's a video that has circulated online, and I don't know whether my viewers, whether you've seen that video. From that video, you can see or you will hear for yourself the breakdown of some of those things which were never covered, which Supreme Court could not even cover. In fact, to my understanding, this person looks like the whistleblower that we've been looking for, the one who exposed the details that happened in IEBC, or the person who shared this portal. Mind you, he's talking about using the portal that IEBC and Chebukati said that Kenyans should use. So he says that in his analysis, he had to go to that portal, and from that portal, he decided to pick facts from. So, ladies and gentlemen, there is something which many people have not talked about, and he pinpointed it. And this is the fact that there were 36 polling stations which were not covered in that portal. Now, in the IEBC portal. Now, we're not talking about the Kenya election results portal that Azimio shared. We're talking about the IEBC portal. 36 polling stations were not shared. And then there's a part it says that, this is very funny, that he noticed that there is a particular polling center. In that polling center, Raila Amolo Odinga won in 4 polling stations overwhelmingly. But then, funny enough, in one of the polling stations, the 5th one, Raila Amolo Odinga lost vibaya sana. So, you see, statistically, it does not make sense. For instance, if you go like a place like Sugoi, now we expect that a place like Sugoi, Raila Amolo Odinga cannot win over William Ruto, because Sugoi is Ruto's homeland. So we expect that in a polling center within Sugoi, if there are 5 polling stations, then literally Ruto at a win in all this. There's no point. It does not make sense that in 4 polling stations, Ruto apate almost 90%. Then in one polling station, Ashindwe apate 30%. Then Raila apate 70%. Does it make sense? Logically, it doesn't. Because if out of the 4 polling stations, if he won with a landslide, kwa nini akose kwa hii 5th one? That has been exposed in Barnabas Otieno's expose in that video. The video, I'll share with you part of this video so that you can get to understand particular parts. So there's also another part here. It talks about that Chebukati did not verify results. And for that, I think I agree with him. Chebukati did not verify results. All the results which he announced were not the ones which were verified. Because, of course, let us take this, for example, what CHERERA said when she was making that press statement at the Serena Hotel. He said that there was the error document. The error document which detailed some of those concerns by Azimio, the various polling stations ambazo zilikuwa zina errors, zilikuwa fa zirekebishwe. So one of the things that CHERERA raised, which I think that Supreme Court haikushughulikia, is that error document. The error document was supposed to factor in changes to that, the result. For example, if for example Ruto amepewa 179, whereas he was supposed to be given maybe 100, but there is an inflation of 79 extra votes, then in that case, Ruto's votes according to that error document are supposed to be, inafaa ishughulikiwe kidogo, you adjusted to meet the form 34A. You see where the inflated values, because what the whistleblower here is telling us is that it looks like Chebukati never verified the results because he announced erroneous results according to him. He announced results which had not been verified, results which had errors, because these results, according to the whistleblower, they were indicated in that error document, lakini Chebukati hakushughulikia. That is what is explained in that video. Again, it goes to another point saying that IEBC is quiet. But why is IEBC quiet if at all these details ambazo zinawahusu sana zinaharibu sana sifa yao? Why are they quiet? Because IEBC is quiet. Now, the disquiet in IEBC speaks volume. Of course, if I'm someone who would like to protect my image, and then I find that someone is trying to destroy my image, I have steps that I can take to be able to protect my image. Why isn't IEBC doing something about it? The whistleblower also in this analysis said that clearing all the data within the IEBC portal, IEBC database, will not be easy. It will be like an ant climbing a hill, because how do you clear even the biometric data? It is not going to be easy. So that explains why maybe hii issue inawahusu sana, kwa sababu if they attempt to clear the data, biometric data itawauza. So that is why it is becoming pretty impossible for IEBC kuongea. They can't talk, That is why you find that in Kenya kwanza they are dilly-dallying. One side nasikia tutawapatia mandate muangalie server, the other side is saying we don't have the keys, and we did that in our previous analysis. So this IEBC is in a mess according to the whistleblower's expose. So ladies and gentlemen, kindly sit by and watch this video so that you can get a glimpse of what the whistleblower was talking about.
Said, we have given you the results. Everybody should add up their results. So I also sat glued on TV, and when I realized different TV stations were giving different results and there was a lot of confusion, I said, this is possible. Somebody can just sit and work with what the IEBC have in their portal and to come up with some values. And so I did that. And when I did that, I came up with results almost same as what the IEBC portal were displaying. So because I was doing it as an individual and without much, not really having a reason to do that, just to know the reality and the truth. So at one point I decided to come up and say, these are the results. But when I look at them, because I was looking at it polling station by polling station, I noticed that there were some little discrepancies here and there. And it was like in one station, which could have, one polling center, which probably is a school, could have like 5 polling stations. And in that 5 polling stations, you find that Azimio is leading, and then just in one of them, Azimio has terribly lost, in just one. Then I'm wondering, these are 5 stations in one center, in which Azimio has won massively in 4 and lost in 1. Then I said here, there are some queries that we need to raise here. So I walked to the party secretariat, and said, let's try to analyze this further. And when I went to the secretariat, it was like, we also have that feeling, but we can't put our fingers on the actual places that things happened. Apparently, I didn't know much about this whistleblower data because I also saw it on TV.
So from that video, you can tell by yourself that this time round is not a whistleblower ambaye anajificha anatoa results. This whistleblower has come out to the public domain and exposed issues as they are, because he says that he used the data from the IEBC portal. The numbers did not add up. Math never added up. It's part that explains what CHERERA said. CHERERA said that maths didn't add up. And when CHERERA made these allegations, watu walimcheka, watu walimdhihaki, watu walitumia all sorts of memes, just trying to belittle CHERERA. But CHERERA had a point when she said math didn't add up. Because how could math add up if 36 polling stations were not reflected? How did math add up? How did math add up if at all there are these issues of vote suppression, vote inatolewa kwa huyu inawekwa kwa huyu, inatolewa kwa huyu inawekwa kwa huyu? So the results at the polling stations are not the ones that are announced at the Boma Center, because that means math did not add up. You see, I'm finding something pretty strange. Now I understand why Chebukati used to allow CHERERA, used to allow Masit, used to allow Wanderi to maybe pronounce certain results. Maybe because according to the whistleblower here, he says that there are regions which were affected, but there are regions which were not affected. So probably the regions which were affected, ilikuwa inaachiwa mtu kama Chebukati to handle. Maybe they were dividing amongst themselves, but the regions which they think were affected walikuwa wanasambaza kwa areas zingine. Because according to the whistleblower, areas like Likoni and Vita, it is alleged that votes were taken from Raila Amolo Odinga and given to the other person. I mean, according to them, it says that they were given to Ruto. Also, the whistleblower goes further and says that Kwale in Msambweni, also something mysterious happened. Another one, Kilifi, Magarini, something bizarre happened, matters of numbers. Tana River is also alleged to have had such an experience of vote exchange, the suppressions, what we call suppression, vote suppression, punguza za huyu, ongeza za huyu. So that was also witnessed in Tana River. So, ladies and gentlemen, if these facts or if the details that have been shared with us are true, then hata sioni haja ya server, because this is in itself, the server has exposed these details. There is no need for a server, but again, still we will push for that server so that we can get the picture. But if the IEBC are dilly-dallying, that means hizi facts ambazo zinatolewa zinawashtua ama zimewashtua. So there is nothing they can do but just to keep quiet until that time when this story will just disappear completely. But now, because the push from Azimio is not ending soon, his story haita disappear. His story itaenda mpaka 4 years, maybe even 2027, when IEBC will be conducting another fresh election. This narrative will still be there, the narrative of Sava. So this narrative of a Sava is not going away easily. Maybe that is what IEBC wanangojea, the likes of Marjan. Wanajua kwamba one day Raila atachoka na hii mambo ya Sava na achie hiyo story ishe. But that's not happening. I'm seeing Raila Amolo Odinga being rejuvenated. I'm not seeing him downing his tools, or I'm not seeing him, giving up on this issue. Hata sioni kabisa, sioni. So, ladies and gentlemen, can you tell us below the comment section what you think about this issue, about the whistleblower was just surfaced now, and do you think the numbers added up? Because I think numbers didn't add up on Chebukati's side, but on this other side, I think now the reality is in the public domain. The public court is to make its own execution. So, ladies and gentlemen, can you stay safe, stay blessed until we catch up again in our next analysis.